We're gonna be headed out the house today and I'm taking you along with me. We're gonna be heading over to yesterday's fits. Gonna be dropping off some orders along the way. Whatnot orders here and one over there that ended up coming in from Dragon Master Finds, YouTuber reseller. Hey Tip, sorry, but I'm gonna be leaving. I'm on a crunch time. I'm on a crunch time, dude. All right, I need a bag. All right, so ladies and gents, we had another AC maintenance guy come out. He was more like the consultant, lets you know what's going on, does his checks and tests, tells us what the options are. It was a lot better experience. What it was looking like is going to be costing even more with AC units. It's all about branding and what company works with what and what they're marketing, right? And although the prices are way up there for what we got this time, like up to 40,000, I'm like, man, shit. That's all it makes you want to say. 40,000, shit, right? But it's an AC unit, so it's pretty much like investing in a new car, just about. Yeah, I think I got the bag. So back to this. Tip's checking it out. This was a purchase from Dragon Master Finds. So this was a purchase from Dragon Master Finds. When I had 2 auctions ago for the Ray Train, there was a little tech issues, and he ended up messaging me saying that he couldn't find his listing. So he reached out through Instagram, and I sold him the items that were on there. And what was pretty cool about this experience, I've seen him in the community, and I am now sub to him here on YouTube. He just reached 200 subscribers, which is amazing. It's not that easy to get subscribers, and I even hate saying subscribers because we're trying to find our people, right? People that we could relate to, people that we can learn from, people that we can enjoy, you know, all the good stuff, the simple things from people that we could just lean on when we're done for the day or help us get our day started. So he ended up telling me he had some stuff, and I was like, just give me $13. I'll list it right now on Whatnot because it was on Whatnot. So I want to be thoughtful and considerate. You know, that was the platform where the items originally came from, and I don't want to do anything behind, you know, back doors and be shady like that. It's just more of my moral compass. So I told him $13 plus shipping. I'll put it up on Whatnot. And then he says, no, it was actually worth more than that. It was 17. I'll pay you 17. And right there and then, I just stopped and thought to myself, that is a good guy. Let's go take this over. Tip, I'll see you later, okay? You better protect this house, dude. Now, we're gonna go get some gas. Oh my goodness, it's like money has to pop out of everywhere. Carla got home after her shift, and within 20 minutes, the new guy came over to give us a quote on some stuff. And the prices were crazy, even crazier. But when it came down to payments, I saw in the comments people were saying, Sonny, do some financing. So I got some things here, especially some vintage hats. Gonna see if the peeps at Yesterday Fits are interested. They do buy apparel. I've never gone to them before, but my broski Mikey Bags of Money has. So I got the orders here. I got some more apparel, vintage, and then there's some stuff here that I just got at an estate sale. I haven't made the thrifting video for that yet, but I am working on it. But I only got a few days left, and the AC is one thing that's on both of me and Carla's mind. We know we need one. What are we looking at getting? Because there's different tiers of things. It's like buying a car. Do you want something just to say you got a car to get you to point A to point B? Or are you going to invest in something a little bit more that's more efficient? And although it's going to cost you, at the same time, it will help you save. Like Carla went through Costco to get the information and got some pretty good feedback off of Costco and what they do, although it's much more pricier of what the $9,000 was. And we are thinking of what some people said in the comments, consider financing. I would love to finance, but the interest is one thing we need to look at. I'll keep y'all informed on that. We might come up with an answer when Carla gets enough rest. She was already falling asleep talking to the guy. Yesterday, I was telling myself not to drive around, which I don't do a lot of, but when you're trying to like not spend very much money to become be a miser, penny pinch everything, I ended up going to an estate sale some of the items that I showed you that were on the deep freezer. That may be for a second knickknacks sale. So the guy in front of us ended up parking like right there. And look at where my gas tank's at. Freaking guy. So the guy's selling them. All right. I guess that's what we're working with. Let me give you a better view of this place because it's easy to overlook not having a sign that stands out. But even without that, these guys do very well. I've known Jesse probably for going on a little over a year now. One of our peeps in the community. We've sold from here before in his shop and with other friends at the same time. So I'm gonna take you in, but I'm gonna be dragging some stuff in, see if Jesse's interested in some of the things that I have. And I still have more inside my storage unit. So here's what it looks like. And it's kind of in the cut. But if you see Jimmy John's in the College Town Plaza, it is right here. Here is the location. I'll put the address on the screen, but you're gonna be looking at Jimmy John's and right there is gonna be the sign to the store. I'll get a closer look here in a second. Let me grab some things. And I'm gonna be dropping off the orders. Ooh. All right, folks, let's go in here and see if we could make some money and clear out some inventory. What's dude? Oh, thanks for the help, man. Appreciate it. Look at these hats, folks. That's awesome. These are my style hats. Is that the one from McDonald's? Tell him pull out that cashola. How you been, man? You been going to any more NFT events and stuff?
Events? No. I mean, NFTs right now are kind of...
Yesterday's fits. Could come shop inside here. Let me put this stuff up that's in here. What's pretty cool about coming over here and selling to my buddies for the first time, because I've talked to them before and they said just bring your stuff over, we'll see if there's anything they like. You got to be nitpicky. You can't just get anything, especially over time. You learn what not to get and to get, which is what I'm still learning. I think we all are. But some of the things they didn't get was pretty cool because I do very well on whatnot when it comes to t-shirts. And I realized yesterday, although I didn't have a great sale, it was an experience for me to just stick to what works, and trying to change at times doesn't always work for certain things. And that happens to be with, I do good on whatnot, but not when I have just random things that aren't themed. I do really good when it comes to, I do very well when it comes to themed auctions of like home decor and glass or knickknacks. On whatnot, I do better selling things that are like t-shirts, just straight t-shirts, run them at $3 and just here we go and run it. I do good that way. So I need to stick to what works. I have to check things for myself at times, like I tell people, to see if it's good for my own experience, because a lot of times if you don't know, you're always going to say what if. Dropping off some orders. One of the orders from whatnot was a separate sale that didn't work out on the auction last time, and Dragon Master Finds ended up reaching out and saying that there was an issue. So he ended up paying $17 for 2 items, which is awesome because that helps. Every little bit does. Something I want to show you inside here. Look at this. You can scan your orders and drop them off. Super easy. This is, I got a whole tote load right here of the vintage tees that I have. There are a few modern ones that are still good. They're quality shirts. Everybody has their own style. And I like that I was able to get some stuff off my hands and make some really good money. I'll tell you more about it in a second. About a year ago, I was really hurting going through anxiety, and I had for years, ever since after my second deployment and I got out the military. Everything started coming down on me at once. Sciatica, like all this stupid nonsense, right? Nobody needs to deal with. I would say 2 years ago to now, reselling full time, I've really focused on building community, and within that, I've been making sure that I surround myself with quality, motivating, uplifting people that support you. And I don't mean support you to like to buy your stuff. I do get comments behind closed curtains saying, oh, you know, you're lucky you got people that will just buy anything that you have. And I think that's very unfair. And that sounds like people are taking others for granted. If that's the case, that is not me. And the people that I know of and that I talk about, I don't feel they do that either. And there's only a select amount of people that I consider friends. I am friendly to people, and although I don't side with everybody and people have parted ways, I know better now. And learning about things is not so much of how you handle other people or how you deal with them, but how you deal with yourself. 2 years ago, or a little over 2 years ago, I started reselling full time. And at that time, I was still going through, which I'm going now to this day and always will be, anxiety, PTSD. I get very anxious. I used to be a worrywart, and it used to just kill me inside and out to where you just don't want to deal with it anymore. All right, so while I was on my way to see Jesse and Austin of yesterday's fits, I ended up getting an offer for this jersey right here, and I want to show you this. I put this out on my thrifting video several months ago that this would sell for over $100. I got an offer on my way over there to sell these shirts. I ended up making $300 off the items they selected, and then another $100 when I accepted this offer for $100. This is Insomniacs. This is part of the EDC, the festivals, rave festivals that they have here in Vegas. Being that it's here in Vegas, I would say I kind of often come across things like this. Not always $100, but usually like $20, $30, $15 items like hats and t-shirts. But this has to be the one that I probably made the most money on. The metallic on here is really nice metallic embroidery. You want to make sure to cover that when you take photos, put it up close, let people see like what it is rather than just gold. And I always have to throw in the description that it is not real gold, it is gold in color, because some people will go out there and be like, you said it was gold and blah blah blah, and give you a hard time. It is now 1:21. I messaged my mail lady and said, hey, did you already come by here? And they said, no, they'll be here in about an hour and a half to drop off our mail and the community's mail. I said, would it be okay if I drop off an order inside the mailbox for her to pick up? She said, yeah, I'll pick it up anytime. It's good to make friends, especially with your mail people. All right, I am going to be packing that order up here in a second, but while I'm here, I don't want to be too back and forth, so I'm going to be picking up this L.E. Smith cranberry fairy lamp that will be going upstairs with me to get it weighed and sized up to add to the listing. And over here on the deep freezer, I got a Pendleton customized scarf, and then we have these items here, a few Fenton pieces, some Fenton Silvercrest. These are nice ones that I looked out for. I usually come across vases, and this time I came across some dishes. Some more cloisonne. I do love these MCM birds. Remember when I went out with Mikey Bags of Money and carried a Desert Mermaid and I showed you those birds? That was the one I was talking about, that I have one of my own. I've been trying to find out the signature of this beautiful vase or planter. I would say vase. It's signed Grant on the bottom. And then those pieces right there do glow. So there's some more pieces here that I may have to have a second auction on knickknacks soon. I just need to sit down. Just need to sit down for a moment and count my blessings, folks. Just yesterday, I didn't have the best whatnot auction. But I will tell you, my reaction to it not being my best still has it in my brain that I tried my best. And there's a big difference. You could only do so much in the world, and you could only do so much in a day. And all you could do is try and learn from it. I'm glad I am changing as a person to how I am is what you see. I used to always feel like I knew I was fake at moments where I had to pretend to be tough. I don't want to be tough. Maturing is one thing I think I am doing and have been doing since I started reselling full time. And it has nothing to do with reselling. It's the time that I found reselling to be able to go to like appointments, have time with my wife like I shared with you yesterday. It's pretty crucial to not see your family member, especially your spouse, out of the week, but a day and a half maybe, and have different lives like styles. We really do. We're complete opposites, but somehow we make it work. And then this guy right here has always helped make a big difference. We've always wanted kids, and Tip, you are a kid, and maybe one day you'll have a little brother or sister. What do you think about that? No? I think you'll be happy. But right now he's like, let's go inside before this heat kicks in. And before I forget, let me go put this inside the mailbox so that could be picked up. All right, got that done. So nice when you don't have to run this office, which people ask, why don't you schedule a pickup? I don't know what I'm going to be doing the next day, which is why I don't do it. And on top of that, I've told you, Carla works graves. I don't want somebody ringing the doorbell or Tip barking because the doorbell goes off because of the sensors or the security system that we have. I really like her to get her rest, because if she doesn't and she's cranky, who gets that, folks? Who faces that? Your guy right here. So we try to make it easy on her to make it easy on me. All right, I think I'm gonna save this stuff for tomorrow. I'll have another auction on knickknacks. All right, folks, so it's crazy that reflecting back on where I started reselling for the first time, I was depending on a job that I applied for, which I applied to many before. It took about 2 months before I even got a call back or an email to say, come on in. And then the process even after that took a while to put myself in a better situation that I can control bringing in income off of things that I've learned from other people, and then made my own and figuring things out on my own by getting out there and getting my hands dirty. And I don't mean you always have to get dirty to where things are filthy. There's so much stuff out there in the world that people have that are like new condition, brand new with tags, used. I've sold things that were pretty much dry rotted, like a vintage Metallica banner that sold for $100 that I got for $3. And the person loved it. They left a review. Like, there's things out there people want. If people are throwing it away and donating it to places, or offering it at yard sales, or even on marketplaces, anywhere, if you want some extra income, give it a try. Let me know how it turns out for you. The Whatnot auction, the representative contacted me back and they're pushing the reimbursement. So that's gonna be another $100. All right, I got this listed now on knickknacks. Bring it over. I'm gonna have the auction downstairs on our dining table over here, where it's kind of had everything. Things are going good, folks. It's going good. I need to eat something. All right, here are the items I'm gonna be having for today's knickknack auction, folks. I won't make the video on time for you to see this, but it will always be in the community tab here. Got some lovely, lovely quality things. No cracks, no chips, no fading. Some really good stuff. And hopefully we get this all moved out. Just got finished eating for really good. It is now 2:21. The auction begins at 3. You end up seeing what I sell. I will have that packed tomorrow or today because it's early enough. But I'm also going to be setting up another knickknacks auction for mañana.